Hello and welcome to another video for learning AWS. Here I'm looking at VPC Endpoint. The website that I opened behind this screenshot is talking about VPC Endpoint and then some guides on how to. And here on this screenshot I have like a summary of what is VPC Endpoint and then two types of that. A VPC endpoint in general enables private connectivity between a virtual private cloud VPC and other services in other VPCs, can be on-prem, can be on another cloud, and then the main benefit of that in my idea is without requiring traffic to traverse the public internet, which is good. By doing that, we can enhance security for sure because traffic doesn't go out, it stays in AWS backbone. Then we can save costs because we don't need to transfer data over the internet and then return it back somewhere. And then because traffic stays in AWS backbone, we have lower latency access to our AWS services, so we can improve performance. And also it simplify our network, right? Because we don't need to add internet gateway, NAT gateway, NAT devices, any kind of direct connect or any kind of a gateway to connect to the internet and then send traffic there and then return it back, because everything stays there privately, so we don't need to have any of those gateways, so it simplifies our network. So I will paste the link to this page and then but to know more, let's start doing something practically. To start building our topology, our solution in cloud, I got this image from a Medium website. It exactly talks about what I'm looking for. I'm looking for create a VPC endpoint, and that endpoint is a gateway endpoint. Sorry for the sound, it's like my computer, sometimes it just goes off. Then I create one S3 bucket, empty S3 bucket. Then through one EC2 instance, which I go to that instance through SSH, right? Then I like to have connection and list S3 buckets. It shows that connectivity is there and then my endpoint works. So this is like the summary of whatever we are going to do here as an example to know how endpoint works. Let's start. Alright, so I'm here in VPC dashboard. If you go down on private link and lattice section, then because it's a kind of private link, right, you see endpoints here. Now we can create an endpoint. But before that, because the point is when we create endpoint, let's go ahead and then I will tell you the point while I do the creation. So this is my test endpoint, and then I go to connect to AWS services, and then the service that I'm looking for is S3. I'm in US East 1, so let's go to the S3 US East 1, and then this is a gateway endpoint, and then this is the part that I'm talking. For network setting, you should select the VPC and then the route table which has subnet containing your instance. Because my instance is in or will be in this work public subnet, then I will choose this route table, right? And then for policy full access, and then will be done. So again, for network, I chose this work VPC, and then I go with this route table. Why? Because the subnet, work public subnet, will be the host for my instance. All right, so let's create this one. Now let's go to we can go to S3 dashboard to create a bucket, and this is my name, 2025 first bucket for today. Hopefully the name is kind of unique, right? And then no need to change anything else, just go with the default. I need only one bucket, even empty. So bucket is there, endpoint is there. Let's go to EC2 dashboard, and then let's launch an instance. So this is my test instance or VM, whatever. It's a virtual machine, right? Let's go with Amazon Linux, and then T3 macro, free trade eligible. For key, I'm using a key that I have all the files, right? So you can create a new keeper yourself, but please keep the key file. And then let's go to network settings, and then I go with work VPC, same the one that I've chosen there, and also work public subnet. I use SSH to connect to this instance, so I leave public IP assign enabled, and then SSH is default there, which is good in security group, so that TCP port 22 is open, and then that's it. No need to do any other changes. So done. Now the three components of my solution is there, right? So I have EC2 instance, I have my endpoint, gateway endpoint, I have my S3 bucket, and now let's do the test. Let's go to instance, and then let's go to connect. Oh, sorry, I guess not this one. This should be my test VM, this one. Let's go to my test VM, and then it's running. That's good. Let's go to connect. It looks like everything is fine and okay to connect. And then let's go here. Let's say I'm going to connect to AWS services, and that service is S3, and I like to list all S3 buckets. Okay, so I need to locate credentials like secret key, access key, then I will be all good. So AWS configure, and alright, so I stopped the video, I put this access key, secret key, and then I show you what's that. Just be with me. I will come back after entering all this information. Okay, I'm done with entering all information. I just put this slide here just to mask just part of that. It's not a big deal because it's changing every time, but access key ID, access secret access key, and then the region I'm working in US is 1, and then the default output format can be blank. Alright, so let's do it again. Let's go to AWS S3 LS again, right? And okay, so I have that one, right? So this is the bucket that I've created, and it shows it correctly. So it means that now I have a connection to my S3 bucket through gateway endpoint that I've created, right? So let's go and review. This is the S3 bucket, endpoint that I've created, the gateway endpoint, right, to connect to my S3 services. And then this is my S3 bucket. You can see the name, Mehdi 2025 first bucket. And then this is the name, this is the time that I've created that one. And now everything is fine, right? I hope you learned something about VPC endpoints, and thanks for watching this video.